Didn't you say you wanted to start it? Okay, I'll start. What's up, my guys? We are back in line once again. Sorry, we took a little holiday break. It was nice. School is out, so that's why you didn't hear from us. We don't get in line for lunch when school is out, so we apologize. And I also apologize because I'm a little under the weather right now, but we will power through this to the best of our ability. What is up, my guys? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You know, JT's under the weather. I'm under fire. So there's a lot of things going around, under weather, under fire here, and someone's shooting. And, I'm not going to say who is or who isn't or if it's warranted, but, holiday break was good. I got back literally yesterday, and that's why it's going to be a day late. I didn't even unpack anything. I didn't make my bed either to pretend that I have anything going on here. I'm just in disarray a little bit, and that's currently 2024.
Well, to make you feel better, Tiggy Nation, I got home. What day was new? Monday. I got home Monday, and I'm still not unpacked yet. My bags are all sitting right behind me, so don't feel too bad about that. Me and Jake were just talking before you hopped on. I'm actually for this movement that your like New Year, New Me doesn't start till the second week of January. Because the first week's kind of a wash. You're getting back in the groove of things. I'm sick, so I'm not even counting this week. Our new year will be starting next Monday, and we'll be back in the groove then.
Next Monday?
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, for me on my end, first and foremost, I think it's absolutely insane that as soon as you get home, you don't unpack everything. The both of you. We had this debate at work. It was the all-time debate. It's like, if I don't unpack when I get home, it's going to sit there for weeks. Like, I have to do it as soon as I walk in the door, or it's just going to sit there.
Yeah,
so, JT and I just both lost then because we're letting it sit there, and it might be a couple weeks. I might be just living out of the suitcase. So,
Yeah.
You might be. I mean, hey, listen, it is what it is. Just know when you run out of clothes and you're looking for that one piece of lucky underwear, it's probably in the suitcase. That's all. Doesn't make me better than you. Doesn't make you any lesser than me. It's just, I just put my shit away, dude. That's all.
Yeah, but if you think, so I did laundry right before I came back. So then I don't even have to go in the closet. Everything, I just live out of the suitcase. And then when all the clothes are done and it's time to do the laundry, the suitcases are empty, and then I put them away.
Yeah, are we twinsies, Tiggy Nation? Mm-hmm. Because all of my clothes in my bags are clean.
There we go.
I can't take credit for that.
Yeah, I think it's cool that both your parents decided to wash your clothes before you guys went out. That's awesome.
When I go home, all right, I want to be pampered. So, I don't see my mom and dad. So I'm like, hey, Mom, don't you miss doing my dirty laundry? Doesn't it bring back memories? That kind of thing,
Yeah. So. Yeah, hey, Mom, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm hoping you can wait on me for all of my needs the entire time while I'm home. I don't want to talk to you. I just want you to make me food. I want you to clean my clothes. We can sit in the same room together.
Besides the not talking part, the rest of that is pretty true while I'm talking to her.
Yeah.
You want a nice home cooked meal from your mom, sue me for that. I apologize. But no, yeah, it was great. Honestly, didn't do a whole lot. Pretty much sat around, ate food, and watched football for like 10 days in a row. And I tell you what, it was really freaking incredible. So honestly, I don't think I've been that lazy in years. I honestly don't know how long. So it was very nice, but I'm having a little hard time getting back in the swing of things,
Yeah, I don't think it helps that you're under the weather either, and it's been bouncing around from person to person, I feel like, for weeks now. But honestly, dude, it's January. It's tough. This is like normally when it really starts getting cold. really starts snowing. This is kind of like bunker down video game movie era. Daylight savings does not happen until March 10th. So these next couple months are just very difficult to be motivated to do anything. It's just so hard to. It's one thing in like October, November, December when it gets dark early after work because it's the holiday season and you're just like whatever. But now it's just like I feel like January always is just the longest month of my life. And here we are, baby. We're back, dude. At 31 years old, 2024. I'm fucking out here, dog. New year, same bitch. You feel me?
Yeah. No, I do feel you. Yeah, the winter months, it's weird because I have a love-hate relationship with them. I kind of like them at times, but other times it is hard to. The hardest part is getting up in the morning when it's freaking cold outside.
Did your voice just crack?
Probably.
I didn't want to point it out. I did chuckle a little bit.
Hey, imagine me being on Teams meetings all day for work with my voice like this. So it is what it is.
You have the perfect headset for the Teams meetings.
Right. And to be honest, listen, I haven't gone full corporate. No offense to you, Jake. Corporate douche yet with this headset because I know I would look like a douchebag on Teams meetings with this. Not even saying this to you, Jake.
It's insane. You just called me a douche when I feel like I'm looking at you, and I want a number 5 with a large fry with a Pepsi.
No,
Wendy's working. You Wendy's ass working motherfucker.
No, and I wasn't calling you a douche because I think it's cool, but like I just douche. a lot of my sales reps and stuff are like older people. And like, I feel like if they saw me on Teams with this, they'd be like, oh my gosh, this kid's a fucking loser. But I like it. Maybe I'll have to try it out. But yeah, my voice is cracking. I mean, I've taken like 4 hot baths in the past 2 days to just, for some reason, when I'm sick and I take a hot bath, it always makes me feel better. Took some NyQuil last night, passed the frick out, but I couldn't get up this morning. I've been in a funk all day. I'm trying to battle through it. I got to get back in the gym. Haven't worked out for like 2 weeks. I've eaten like 45 Christmas cookies. I got to figure it out, you know. But, you know, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I've been consuming. I am pretty sure I weigh the most I've ever weighed in my life. And I've been very minimal to the gym. I'm going tonight for like 2.5 hours. I might just sit in the sauna for an hour and just until I pass out or something. So I don't know I don't know. I've just been eating, doing nothing, which is the break. But I think you should go into, you know, your words, not mine, the corporate douchebag a little bit more, JT. I think you just get a Bluetooth, just one ear speaker. Yeah. Like you're working on fucking Wall Street making sales.
Saying corporate douchebag, more like fucking general manager of Wendy's, dog.
Yeah. Jake, I think there's this funny guy on TikTok.
Nothing wrong with Wendy's though. Love Wendy's, by the way. Just wanted to clarify that.
Love Wendy's. Speaking of Wendy's, not this time when I drove home, but when I drove home for Thanksgiving, we stopped at this random Wendy's in Kentucky. Can't tell you where at. Best Wendy's I've ever been to. Customer service, 10 out of 10. The nicest freaking people. And the fries were super fresh. Sandwich was just delicious. So I love Wendy's. They are kind of inconsistent, though, I will say. Would you agree with me on that?
I don't know. I mean, you're gonna. I'll let Tiggy take this, but you're gonna rattle some in-house correspondence because as of late, Wendy's just gets slandered on this channel for their French fries.
Well, I like Wendy's. I've been a Wendy's guy, so whoever that is, Bubba, he can take it up with me whenever he wants to on the lunch line. Zarly, yeah, congrats on being a dad now. That's pretty sick.
Oh, do you have a dad? Is he a dad officially?
Yeah.
They just had their baby.
He's been a
Today.
dad for like 2 hours, I think.
Yeah, for like 2 hours. So congrats.
Nice. Congrats.
He's already ready to hang it up, I think.
Just got the baby. He's gonna get snipped in a second, then he's done.
Yeah.
What was it? Wendy's. I think Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich is the best spicy chicken out there. I could not say it. It's like 80% success rate. Occasionally you get a bad one. It's like, what the hell? It was like way back in the freezer, and they must have been on the last one or something like that. Regardless. I mean, we're talking about fast food here. We're talking about fast food. We're not talking, prime cuisine, anything like that. So I just think it's crazy you're calling Wendy's in Kentucky the best Wendy's of all time, though. I mean, let's be honest. Is it changing that much from location to location?
Hey, that's actually crazy that we brought up the fast food because I was.
You brought it up. You brought it up, JT. How's that crazy?
Jake brought up Wendy's.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
General manager.
But if you had to like build your perfect fast food meal, okay? Like sandwich, I guess just sandwich and fries, and I don't get dessert at fast foods. So
let's do burger, chicken, and fries.
There we go.
I will do that.
Perfect. All right. Okay.
It's easy.
All right, go. Kick it off.
Chicken, spicy chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. Burger, the the junior bacon, dude, the fucking balloons. The the bacon double stack from Wendy's, and then it's gotta be Chick-fil-A's waffle fries. It's gotta be. Got it.
All right.
Your team Chick-fil-A. Okay. I'm gonna go. It's gonna be spicy chicken Wendy's all day. Everything about it. I think we go there. This might be controversial, but I love McDonald's quarter pounder with cheese, but then you say no ketchup, no mustard, sub Mac sauce. So it's like a better ingredient Big Mac. I really like that. You get the sesame seed bun and the onions. Everything's about it. The Mac sauce is kind of the real killer. You can put that on anything that's good. And then this is going to be a little trashy. I'm going to be honest. This is trashing me, but I'm going Burger King fries.
Nice.
They're good. Burger King fries are good.
Yeah, Burger
They're
King
so
gets
salty. I don't know.
Burger King gets like hate that they don't really deserve,
Yeah. And they got the best jingle of all time. Every time it comes on, I'm humming it. I'm singing it every time.
Isn't that story crazy though? And then JT, you can go real quick. The jingle, the guy didn't even want paid. Like Burger King was basically like fighting at their last like scratch and claw, and the guy was just like, I don't want paid, I want you to just give me percentage of like stock or ownership. And then the jingle came out and Burger King's stock just went whoosh.
No way.
Yeah, so I'm sure the dude probably made a lot of money. And you know what, I could have just made that whole story up, but it sounds good, and I think that's what happened.
It does. It sounds pretty good. Shout out to that guy. It is a nice pretty nice jingle. I'm going to go, well, it's not too against the grain, but I'm going to go a little against the grain here on my chicken. So I've grown to love Bojangles since I've been here. Spicy chicken biscuit from Bojangles with some honey on it. A+, delicious. Is Five Guys fast food?
I would consider it fast food.
All right, Five Guys. Yeah, Five Guys burger.
Wait.
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right,
There's no drive-through, is there?
Yeah, I don't know if
that's fine.
I mean, you ever order in there? You're sitting there 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll just go with the classic Big Mac then, burger, McDonald's, and then fries. Man, sleeper pick. Arby's curly fries.
Ooh, great pick. Great pick.
Arby's curly fries are always hitting. I developed a great love of Arby's when Jake lived on Decatur in Elm Grove because we used to go there like every day.
That's right.
So yeah, so I think that's my meal. Pretty good. Now I want a Bojangles spicy chicken biscuit.
I mean, I think we all just kind of created a great little meal there. I feel like.
Yeah, I'd be very happy with that.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
You guys talked about movies. I don't know if you guys have seen movies of the I don't know why. It seems always around Christmas. I feel like the movies in past years have not been good. It has not been a good lineup. This year, I've seen 2 of them so far, both fantastic. And there's like 3 others I want to see.
Okay, hit me.
So I saw the new Hunger Games. Phenomenal. Very good. The actor that played President Snow was very good. And it's like you're rooting for President Snow. And it's like, what's going on? They have like callbacks from the original series and stuff. And I've since went back and watched the original series. And it's kind of cool. I hope they continue with it. I think they are going to do something, but it's not going to be like a direct sequel. There's going to be one in between or something like that. I'm like, that's very cool. The Hunger Games and the new CGI and stuff. It's awesome. Then I saw The Boys in the Boat.
Okay, I just saw a commercial for this. Just one. So yeah. I know, I didn't even realize it was out.
Yep, Boys in the Boat. I think it came out on Christmas.
Which one's that?
It's a true story. It's about the Washington University's crew team. The 8-man crew team rowing the boats, like an underdog story. It's a big Ivy League kind of sport. It's kind of like, I feel like you got to be rich to have like crew boats and shit. You know what I mean? And you're just going on rivers and stuff. And it's about this team, and it's a true story and a chance to go to the Olympics. And it's the same Olympics that Jesse Owens went to. And I don't know if you've seen, I think it's Race, where he wins all the awards, and you get to see Hitler, and he never got to see him because it's a little bit racist. So it was the same Olympics. They have Jesse Owens in it and stuff. So it's really cool. And then I want to see.
Speaking of that Hitler Olympics, dude, like one of the wildest videos that's out that I've only seen a few times is the video of Hitler. It's in black and white. They're sitting there at the Olympics, and he is tweaking out on meth so hard, like literally just sitting there, like going back and forth and like looking like an absolute psychopath, which it's crazy that obviously when you're young, you're not going to get taught. But the older I get, the more I learn that Hitler was literally just a drug addict. Like he would like shoot himself up with cocaine and like do meth and everything like that. It's insane. And this guy was just taking over thought he was going to take over the entire world just as a meth crackhead. And it is kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
So I just Googled Hitler high on meth Olympics, or maybe I typed in crack. I don't know why I typed in. The video came up on Reddit. The first comment was he was a tad upset about the German Olympic crew team, yada, yada, yada. Read Boys in the Boat for a good read about the 1936 Olympics. And
That's crazy.
3 years ago. So it was during that event that was taken. He's literally just sitting on the podium, just back and forth.
Oh, that's, yeah.
That's insane. That's so funny. So, yeah, I've never seen it.
If the boys were rowing the boats, then who was carrying the boats? Because David Goggins wasn't alive yet.
That is
or
true.
was he? Or was he?
That's true, too.
Reincarnation, it's up in the air.
He gives me those vibes saying, like, listen, you can't kill me. And he's just been alive forever. So
sometimes I wake up and I stare at my shoes for 30 minutes. And I'm like, get hard, motherfucker. We're going to get out there and get hard.
That dude's crazy.
All right, Mr. Goggins.
Facts. But back on the movies, Tiki Nation, you might have been bringing this up, but I really need to see the freaking Iron Claw with Zac Efron.
Yeah,
because that looks freaking incredible. I'm hearing his performance, like everyone's saying he should be nominated for an Oscar, which is fire.
That's what people are saying. I mean, the cast looks amazing. They have Lily James. They have Jeremy Allen. He's the guy, or Jeremy Allen White. He's the guy from Shameless and The Bear. And they have him. And I think there's 4 of them shown, but I guess there was 5 of them in this family. And people asked, like, where's the 5th brother? And literally, I don't know if it was the directors, the producers, or the story writers came out and was like, honestly, we were going to include it. It was included until the very end. And we had to cut it because, honestly, I don't think it would have gotten made. I guess the story of this family is just incredibly tragic. and it keeps happening and happening. And it's like, honestly, I don't think we could have been able to finish it if we would have included it. It just would have been too traumatizing. Like we couldn't put it in the film. And it's like, holy shit. Like,
Dang.
I saw that too. I was like, what happened? That like, yeah, crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, tons of stories from old wrestlers and stuff have just, very bad stories with, I mean, just drugs and steroids and just abuse beyond belief and stuff like that. There was a movie called, I think, Fox Runner or Fox Catcher or something like that. It had Mark Ruffalo, Channing Tatum, and it was about these brothers that were Olympic athletes, Olympians and stuff like that. And they were like real time, like Greco-Roman wrestlers. And for the Olympics and stuff, Mark Ruffalo ended up coaching Channing Tatum's character and stuff like that. And it's kind of it's just fucking insane, like how just what do they call like UFC and stuff like that? Just like battle sports or
Combat sports
and stuff like that. And it's just insane what they have to do to their bodies and stuff like that. But yeah, that's one of the movies that I definitely want to see, JT. And the fact they're talking Zac Efron at what age? 35 or however old he is, like he's like, this could be his Oscar nomination, which would be sick.
I love Zac Efron.
Yeah. That's all I was
like,
gonna say.
I really do. Like I everything he's on, he just seems like a very real, down to earth, doesn't want to act like he's a celebrity, just wants to be part of the crew. Like even on KFC radio, he's like very chill. Like he's been on Pardon My Take before, and then you hear like Seth Rogen and all them talk so highly of him. I love Zac Efron, man.
Yeah, I'm a big Zac Efron guy. Seems like a cool dude, and he's had them acting chops though. Any freaking movie, like you watch some of like the older Nicholas Sparks movies he's in, like The Lucky One, and what is that? Charlie St. Cloud.
Oh, great!
Like
movie.
he's good in all those movies, and he's so funny too. Like in Neighbors and oh my damn! Now I'm just rattling off the Zac Efron movies. Mike and Dave, Dirty Grandpa,
Baywatch.
Baywatch. Yeah, I mean he's good. I mean I've always been a fan.
And I can't remember where I heard it, but there's a Seth Rogen story. Fuck, I don't know what it was on, but Zac Efron's been like, he has social media, but he's just been off of it for so long. I'm pretty sure somebody else kind of like runs it, I think, or maybe at one time did. And Seth Rogen said that he was at this party and he was getting ready to leave, getting ready to walk out, and it was before Neighbors. And he said like this kid just came running up to him and like kept talking to him and like wouldn't like let him leave, in a sense, like he wanted to leave, but the guy kept talking to him. He's like, we stood here for 20 minutes. He had no idea it was Zac Efron. It literally was Zac Efron. And then they formed like this bond, and then they did Neighbors, and then like the rest was history.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. Zac Efron, great guy, fantastic actor. And that'd be cool to see him. I feel like it's so tough when movies come out like towards the end of the year / beginning of the year, because it's going to be so forgotten by the time when the awards come around, and then, if people remember and put it in, it's like, oh yeah, he was in that. And then, I don't know, I feel like the people critiquing and judging, it's too late, Yeah.
So, the timing definitely has to be right.
Yeah, for sure. So that looks good. We got Ferrari with Adam Driver. And he's starring as Enzo Ferrari, and it's after Ford v Ferrari happens, I believe. And
that's sick.
I think it's after, and let me see what year. Yeah, 57. So, no, it might be right before. I think it was 1960 was Ford v Ferrari.
Yeah.
Dang, that is going to be kind of cool that's after that.
Yeah, what Le Mans? It was 66. So actually, yeah, it was almost a decade before. So obviously, during Ford v Ferrari, spoiler alert, Ford tries to team up with Ferrari and buy them out. They end up using that knowledge and get a second deal from Fiat to save Ferrari. And this is, I guess, the initial attempt. If you watch the trailer, Enzo Ferrari is running out of money because he's just spending too much on parts for the cars that they're actually selling. And he's got to find a new business model to somehow keep them afloat. This is a decade before Ford v Ferrari. So it's crazy. But Adam Driver plays, the suave Enzo Ferrari. Penelope Cruz is in it. Shailene Woodley. So that'll be really cool, I think. And I feel like Adam Driver's just going to crush it. Like when it's a soul thing, when he is front and center, he just captures and like controls the audience of all times. He's sick.
Yeah.
It's oh, God, JT.
No, I just was gonna say Adam Driver is freaking awesome, great actor. But it's so weird, these movies that we're talking about. I don't know if it's just because I'm older or what, but I feel like the build up for movies isn't as like intense anymore. Like I feel like I was always seeing, like when movies were coming out, I was always seeing it all over everything, like TV, Instagram, whatever. I just feel like all these, other than the Iron Claw, other than like some of these movies that you named, I haven't really seen a whole lot of like advertising for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's still very old school with that, where like most of that stuff is on TV. I mean, I don't know. I see a lot of the stuff on Twitter. I don't really see the movie stuff on Instagram. But man, I love Adam Driver. Favorite Adam Driver movie is This Is Where I Leave You. His character in the movie's incredible. I don't know if I touched on this. I think I might have, but I actually did finally see the interview where he was sitting there talking. I think it was with Rich Eisen, oddly enough, about how he did actually come out and be like, yeah, Kylo Ren's character was changed. Like, the original thing was the older trilogy was Darth Vader started off like very evil, very bad. And as it went on, he became like softer. And the original plan was to have Kylo Ren do the complete opposite. And it just like kills me inside that we didn't get to see him. And like that last movie is like this insane guy. But Tiggy, another movie, you might have had it on your docket, but I can't wait to go see Anyone But You with Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney did.
Yeah.
Yep, that was gonna be the next one I brought up. I knew you're you're a big fan of those two, and I mean, who isn't a fan of those two? It's incredible, and I think they're just perfect for this sort of like rom-com-y, like dirty rom-com and stuff. So it's gonna be awesome.
I'm so excited to see it, dude. It's like Glenn Powell. I'm trying to remember that. Set It Up. Glenn Powell's great in that, JT, with the Zoe.
What's her face? I love her.
Zoe
Deutsch or whatever.
Chanel.
Not her. The redhead.
No, yeah, she's great.
Yeah, it looks like Zoe Deutsch or Zoe Dutch.
Yeah, Zoe Douche or whatever her name is, and that's a great movie. And I don't know. I like Glenn Powell. I love his personality. And then Sydney Sweeney, she's great. Obviously, she's awesome in Euphoria. She's awesome in Big Time Adolescence. I heard she's really good in that White Lotus show, which I still have never watched. So yeah, very, very excited for that.
Wait, is she in that?
Is she not in the first season? I could be wrong.
Oh my God.
I think she is.
Oh, I was typing. Oh my God, it is her.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was her.
Yeah.
Well, she's young. She's a little younger, I guess, but.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I heard that's a really good show, actually, but I've never watched it.
It's very good. Would recommend. It's the second season is very provocative. Very provocative. First season's good too, but it's funny. It's good. And so many actors, like, they just take them from the HBO family. Chef's kiss. Incredible.
But yeah, so I forgot about that one. And Agata from Dave is in it.
Gata's in it? Yeah, pumped about that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. I hope it's a good one. I hope it's a good rom-com. Bring back quality rom-coms. Bring back early 2000s rom-coms.
Bring back comedy movies, period. Like, it's crazy. I saw they said that Bert's movie, The Machine, just absolutely flopped in theaters, and it's the 7th highest viewed movie on Netflix right now. So like, it's like crazy how like for some reason comedies they get no love. But honestly, dude, I think I'll say this. I think superhero movies crushed the movie theaters.
Well, they do. Yeah. Well, not even necessarily, but I agree, but not even just those. I feel like big action movies in general did. Like, I feel like the only reason, I don't want to say the only reason, but the only reason people go to the movies now is just, it's more of the, like the experience of the big blockbuster movie. You know what I mean? Whether it's a Fast and Furious, Marvel, DC, like those kind of movies, I feel like is truly what the movie theater has come to now. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think what goes kind of like what you were saying, JT, is just, I mean, the sounds and the big screen, how just action and, big superhero movies just go better in that. Like a comedy you can watch, I think going from the theater to your bedroom or living room to watching a comedy, like it's not going to be different in terms of the sound and stuff like that. Where action movie, you're watching Top Gun, you're in the full surround sound with the big screen and stuff like that, and you got Maverick. I mean, it's a little different. So I think that's why, and just it's so accessible nowadays to just watch it. I'm gonna be honest, the Hunger Games movie, I didn't even watch it in the theaters. It's in theaters right now. I think we just like rented it from Amazon for $5 or something like that. Like you could just rent them for cheaper
while
at
they're
home.
in theaters. Yeah,
So
Which is fucked.
it is weird. We
Like-
did that
like-
with
yeah, it's
Like
crazy.
that's so weird. Like, because as much as I definitely 1,000% agree with everything both of you are saying, like the movie theaters, though, yes, you were going to actually see that movie for sure, but it's more the experience. You get your bucket of popcorn, you get your icy, you get your candy, and everyone's like, well, yeah, you can go to convenient and do that and sit at it's not the same. It's different, bro. Like that's why, like, I try to go to the movies if I can once every month or two, just to have that experience, man. It's about the experience for me. And I really hope that never goes away. I really do.
I do love going to the movies. I agree with you. I'll go see any movie at the movies. Like if I want to. Like the movies it's just a nice little vibe. Like I think I've said this on the podcast a million times. Like I used to just go to the movies in college, just when I needed a break from stuff. Like going to the movies is nice. That's a good tradition that we always had, Jake. I think next time I'm home or you're here, we should just go to the movies and just see a freaking movie.
I love going, dude. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna go see anyone but you this month, and then I feel like there's a Marvel, might be a Sony Marvel movie or something out next month. So I know I'll be there in February too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Maybe Madame Web or some one of those movies.
Something.
But
speaking of real quick, I know we want to hop to the movies, but I don't know if you guys have heard. I'm a Movie Pass member.
Oh shit!
I don't know. So I know this thing's still around. It used to be $5 per month, and it was like endless movies. Now they changed it. They give you like so many credits per month, and you get like different credits throughout the day, like weekends, more credits and stuff. But you can go to like 1 to 4 movies a month, depending on how you do it and stuff like that. And I think I got it in August. I've gone to 3 movies. So it actually hasn't been, I haven't been paying for it, but
step it up.
But I plan to go see more. I plan to go see the other 3 that I didn't mention or that I haven't seen yet in theaters. There's one a mile away, but I suggest you guys, if you want to get back into movies and kind of force yourself, it's like, well, I'm paying for this damn movie pass. I might as well go use it.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's sick. It's literally a debit card. You go to the app, you select the movie, and you're like, I want a ticket for that. It automatically loads it. You're like, 1 ticket to Iron Claw, please. And they'll be like, pick your seat. And you swipe this as debit, and it just gives you a ticket. It's fucking cool. Yeah, so shout out Movie Pass. Please sponsor us.
What?
Shout out.
What movie theater is that, Tig Nation?
You can use it on any theaters. I used it in Wheeling. I've used it here in Arizona. I've used it in just like anywhere. Like I think it was in Colorado, and I used it. Like you can just use it anywhere at any movie theater. And if it's not associated with it, it'll just give you like the general rate and be like it'll give you like 2 hours to swipe at a movie theater, and they'll count it and stuff. So
knowing my luck though,
cool.
I'd go up there and it would decline.
No, so one of mine did decline the last time, but it's because it was trying to run it as credits. You got to make sure, like, if it's asked for a pin, like no pin or anything, like just exit out. It should just run as credit and stuff like that. So,
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, we've gone to the movies a couple times since we've been down here. We got one right down the road as well. It's a freaking nice ass movie theater. It's like one of those theaters that where we can just order everything before we even go, and then you just go to your seat and they just bring you your shit. That's pretty fire.
Oh, like full service?
Dude, yeah, and me and Angie take advantage. We're like, fuck yeah, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Like bring the popcorn and the drinks and stuff. And like it's an AMC theater, but it's like I don't know, it's like a big one. And they have a fucking bar in the AMC theater. It's pretty
Yeah.
legit.
I feel like that's nowadays. That's kind of like that's everywhere. Just so many
Right.
bars and stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm never thinking to drink a beer when I'm
Yeah.
going to see a movie. I kind of want
Me
just
neither.
iced Coke, but it's a cool option. You can just like bring in beer and shit.
Yeah, it is super cool. I mean, we never used the bar, but I'm like, damn, like that's
I don't
pretty
even
wild.
like drinking alcohol and watching movies in the comfort of my own home. That just
But here-
doesn't
Agreed.
doesn't correlate.
I agree. But here, how cool would this be? Like, think of this. Oppenheimer, okay? It was like what, like 4 hours or whatever. Think if they had, which I've said this to you guys before, think if they had like an intermission for a long ass movie where you go out and they have like a real quick like whatever happy hour and then you go back and finish the rest of the movie. That sounds like fun.
That is actually not a bad idea.
Yeah. See?
So many people they're like, well, we had to cut the movie for theatrical time. Like we'll do an extended kind of like the Snyder cuts and all that stuff. It's like put in the 4 or 5 hour movie. People are buying those DVDs and shit. Put them in. 10-minute intermission, but you got to have the staff ready. Like it's got to be like the peanut people at a baseball game. All right, you got to have like stacks of popcorn ready, stacks of drinks ready to go, like Coke, like boom, 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 in, out. That would be fucking crazy. That'd be awesome.
It would be cool. Like a nice intermission. Maybe we need to pitch our idea.
I think we create a theater. Yeah, or just pitch it to like one of the big guys. Be like, what do you think of this idea?
Yeah, and then what they would do, they'd be like, that idea is so stupid, and then 4 years down the road, they'd be like, here's a brand new idea that we came up with.
It's true.
I like that idea though.
I do. I like that idea. Well, dude, speaking of, new ideas, new beginnings, new movies we want to go see. What's the New Year's resolutions that we got, boys? Does anybody have anything of like significance? I know for myself, just keeping it really light again. Last year I wanted to lose 20 pounds. I successfully did that. And now I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. I think if we can get to 15 pounds chopped off by the end of the year, I'll be one happy camper. So yeah, we got any cool, fun things we're trying to do this year that we're actually going to do?
Well, I have a list here
Nice.
that I've been working on. I'll give you just some of them because you guys don't want to hear my whole list here. Okay. I would like to read a book once every 2 months.
Okay.
I really want to try, like, not like, like sell like not like a storybook, like a books. What are those, like motivational books, like a fucking book by like Matthew McConaughey or something, like just those kind of books. Well, I can't think of the word, like
some motivational or thought provoking.
Yeah, like a self-care, like self-help kind of book,
growth book.
Yeah, things like that. So that's one of them. I really want to try to do that. What else is a good one on here? Last year when I moved here, not quite a year ago that I did this, about 6 months ago probably, I bought a fishing pole. Because I was like, this seems like a fun hobby. Angie works night shift. I have a lot of time, by myself. get out. That'd be a good way to get out in nature. Good thing to know. Haven't used my fishing pole yet. So I would really like to do that this year. And more like entertainment side of things, I really want to utilize going to a lot of these sports games around here. I got the Braves right down the road. We talked about getting into soccer. I would like to go to some Atlanta United games next football season. I want to hit a few Falcons games. Better shape, eat better, things like that. The list goes on, but those are a few of the good ones I feel like.
Love it.
For me, I just want to do. I want to do more things. Well, one, I want to be more fiscally responsible. I want to be more fiscally responsible because I just, I feel I'm very fortunate because sometimes I just like don't pay attention to my finances, and some months it looks good, some months I'm like, holy shit. So I really need to kind of like hunker down on my finances and do a lot better. I want to actually like be able to say at the end of the year, it's like, oh, I saved like this many hundreds or thousands of dollars, you know what I mean? Like I want to be able to say like I've saved money throughout the year and stuff like that. And I feel like I don't do a good job of staying on top of it. So I want to be more fiscally responsible. I want to be just more responsible in general with my health and my happiness. And I just want to do more things to help promote that. So, that's not like that's not really like a measurable goal, but that's something I want to do. I also, I'm a big gamer, so I want to reach, I still have a week. I'm trying to get to silver in League of Legends. I think I can get it if I just grind it out this week. I think I want to try to get to gold. I want to try to get to gold next year. I just want to try to get a level up every year until I'm just, mediocre. So that's my goal.
Oh yeah. I want to be more like dangerous. I want to be more like tough. Like, and I don't mean like walking down the street and like fighting anybody that walks by me. I just mean like, I think I need to do a better job of like, just being more like
uncomfortable.
Yeah. Like not like being all right to just like, the fuck, just be like, just, I don't know. I
know what you're saying. Putting yourself in more uncomfortable situations, right? Like, and like learning, like just taking more like risks or whatever.
Yeah. And I want to get back to like shit talking and stuff again. Running my mouth a little bit. Like, I feel like over these past couple of years, like,
who do you want to shit talk?
Pick your poison, dude. I mean, I can shit talk anybody right now, dude. No, I'm just saying in general. I think it's time to crack open the door a little bit again and just be a little wild, be a little dangerous, be a little young, wild and free.
Yeah. Yeah. I do agree nowadays in like in this kind of climate, it's just kind of like cultural climate, a lot of shit gets let go. You know what I mean? A lot of shit gets let go. And I see what you mean, Jake. It's like you want to take a little stand once in a while,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to.
Whoa. You're
exactly.
wrong. Like, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? No.
It's like, hey, listen, you sound, just be like, hey, bud, you're wrong. Like, no.
I got it, Jake. I got it. I got the thing. You want to hold people more accountable for their actions.
Yeah, because I feel like unfortunately there's a lot of people throughout the world, associated with, friends, whatever it may be, that you love. They're your people. But I also feel like sometimes we just let things slide with people just because we're friends with them and love them. And like, I think it's okay to be like, hey, dude, like, you're full of shit. or like, hey, dude,
Yeah.
like you sound stupid, or like, hey, dude, like not everything has to revolve around you. Whatever it is,
Yeah.
it's time to get back to friendships where we hold each other accountable versus friendships where we're all yes men to one another, because that doesn't help anybody.
I agree. Hey, Jake, you want to know something crazy? On my list, my New Year's resolutions list, one of mine was having the difficult conversations.
Yes.
Because I feel like
it's okay.
it is, yeah, it's easy to just like, I know exactly what you're saying. It took us a minute to get there. Because for a second, I'm like, why do you want to go to the bar and just shit talk people?
Not
I'm
what
like
I meant.
so
Yeah.
confused. That's what I thought. I was like, what? No, but it took us a minute, but we got there. But you're so right. We're so used to just letting people that we are tight with and love just kind of do their thing. And then you're like, oh, well, that's just what they do. Wait a second. That doesn't make it okay. You know what I mean?
Great.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good one. It's a really good one.
That is a really good one.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
Yeah, so did I. I thought you were.
That's why I paused.
Well, I feel like this is a good time, as I need to say, to come out and, hold myself accountable in front of Jake, because I know Jake wants to hold me accountable, because I had said, I was like, hey, I'm available last Wednesday, and I didn't come over last Wednesday. I didn't come over. I kind of put it out there. I kind of put a little teaser out there, and I didn't follow through. And that's not the kind of person I want to be. I feel like I've done that in the past, and I don't want that to be, especially with, you guys. I mean, I fucking love you guys, and I don't want that to be a thing. So I am here saying I'm extremely sorry, and I'm very unhappy with how I acted, and I'm sorry.
I appreciate the apology. You don't need to apologize. I get it, dude. We're older. Life happens. It's nobody's fault. It's not like you texted me or us and said, hey, I'll be at your house in an hour, and you didn't show up. Like, that's completely different. Life happens, bro. Like, yeah, I was bummed that I didn't get to see you, just as I'm sure you were bummed that you didn't get to see us. But no, I never could, like, it's just life, man. Like, it sucks, but like, unfortunately, it's just how it is when you get older, which does stink.
Yeah, but I opened up the lines, and I didn't close them. They're still open. You know what I mean? Like, you were probably like, you could have been making jokes, before I got on, but hey, maybe Tiggy's coming the fuck over. I don't know. He told me a week ago he was coming over. He never said he wasn't coming. So maybe he's stuck in traffic, I mean, maybe those jokes are made. Who knows? But I'm sorry for, who's to say? But I'm sorry for not, at least at the very minimum, giving you enough respect to just close it and be like, hey, man, like, things came up, I'm probably not able to come around today. That could have been very easily communicated, and probably, it still would have sucked, obviously, but that would have, I wouldn't have left you hanging by any degree,
It's fine, dude. Honestly, it's fine. We get it. You're a piece of shit. I'm not. I understand. It's fine. I get it. No, I'm just fine.
But luckily, it's a new year, so
it is.
As we know with New Year's, the old one is thrown out.
Yeah. Dude, it's so weird just playing devil's advocate here, because I feel for both of you guys in a way. Like, I'm in both of your shoes in a way. When you plan on coming home, you think you're going to get to do all these things, and then you just don't. Like, that happens every time I come home. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go see this person. And then you don't. You do a third of the things you thought you were going to get to do. Which, I mean, that's just kind of what it is, but yeah.
Yeah, and also too, it's like, sometimes when you come home, it doesn't mean you have to see everybody.
Well, no, right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes it's just like, hey, coming home, I'm kicking it with family, or hey, I'm coming home, I only have an opportunity to see this person. Nothing against anybody else. Like, it's just how it is. So like, I get it. I mean, it sucks, but like, at the end of the day, it's like, I look at it like this. If I was genuinely mad or upset at you, Tig, that's a me problem. That has nothing to do with you.
No.
That's just how I feel.
Yeah.
I just love this New Year's growth in here today, guys. This is what men need to do, is talk to each other about their feelings. So I commend you guys. I commend us.
I'm so happy you said that, because I had to deal with a dickhead co-host yesterday that was making fun of Caleb Williams for crying to his mom. And I was just like, hey, like, yeah, maybe that wasn't his ideal thing that he wanted to do, but wouldn't you want a teammate that's not afraid to just let his emotions fly? And he's just like, no, dude, I'm sick of this fucking culture. I just want people to fucking shove their emotions and just like don't show their emotions at all. And I just hit him back with like, well, there you are. You're showing your emotions on the.
I'm having a hard time figuring out which person it was.
You shouldn't.
Was it Tidro?
No.
Is Brady?
Yeah.
Yeah, frick you, Brady.
Yeah,
I'm trying to not say fuck as much anymore. So frick you, Brady.
Frick you.
Yeah, Tidro's emotional. Why would I think it was him? Yeah, Brady. Frick you.
Tidro's about to be a father of one tomorrow.
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 Damn, babies everywhere, dude.
Hey, dude. All I know is this. My crew be fucking, dog. If you ain't hanging out with people that ain't fucking, you're a loser, dude.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
You make a point there.
Big
make a
sex
point
havers.
there.
That's awesome for Tyler. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess we can get into the college football thing real quick. I'm going to come out and say I still think Florida State should have had the opportunity to get their ass absolutely clowned by Michigan. I'll stand by that. They won all the games. I still think they should have been the ones getting their ass kicked by Michigan. I'll say it. I don't know if Georgia should have been kicked out by Alabama. I'll say that too.
That's a big one. That's a big one. Again, it's like everybody wants to feel bad for Florida State, but fucking Georgia's the one that got fucked harder than anybody. You win 29 games in a row, back-to-back natty champions. You lose one game in the SEC championship game. But I'll say this, dude. You know who else won all their games? Is the Liberty Flames. And they got their asses kicked by Oregon. Maybe they should have been put in because they won all their games. Maybe we should have just put Liberty in, too.
What conference is Liberty?
The 4 undefeated teams. Have 4 undefeated teams in there.
There you go. Solves it.
What conference is Liberty?
Some
one that we don't even know.
I honestly don't know.
So, did they win their thing? Their bowl or their?
No, they were undefeated. Conference champions.
Conference champion.
Yeah, put all those 4 in there. It doesn't matter. It would have been the same national championship anyway. So.
Yeah, and that's the funny part of the whole thing is that it's 1 versus 2. Like that's the hysterical part. Is like, but honestly, I don't even care to speak out on it. If I was a Florida State fan, player, coach, I would be fucking embarrassed as hell. Instead of taking this opportunity to say we should have been in, we're going to roll in there. We're going to smack Georgia in the mouth. We're going to show them why we should have been in. They took the other out and said, you didn't put me in? Dude. I'm not playing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fuck that.
I 100% agree, dude, with that. Be upset that you did get picked. But shut everybody up and beat the hell out of Georgia if that's what you want to do. They handled it the exact opposite way they should have handled it, just like you said, Jake. They handled it like a bunch of babies. And the funny part is, you see on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever, when people are ripping Florida State, you have people. This is what's terrible about our culture nowadays, about the TikTok era kids. They're like, well, they didn't have all their players playing. Okay, that's not an excuse to lose the game. Teams don't get a pass because their players decided not to play.
But also, dude, if you want to play a numbers game, I know it's not opt-outs, but in terms of players that didn't play, and I know it's different because they weren't opt-outs. It was more of whatever the injuries and stuff. Georgia had the same amount of kids not playing as Florida State did.
Florida State still couldn't score on Georgia's 3rd string at the end of the game. So, I mean, It's just, I don't know. That whole thing was dumb.
Yeah.
I think I probably want, honestly, both teams I picked to make it to the championship lost. I picked Alabama versus Texas to play in the championship. I don't know. It'd be kind of, it's crazy to say this, but it'd be cool to see Michigan and the Ravens win this year because the Harbaugh brothers. That'd be kind of cool. I don't like them, but it'd be a cool thing to see, like, history wise. But I'm a big dog guy. I got a husky on my own, so go Huskies.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this, and then Tiggy Nation can state his piece here. The Washington Huskies, week in, week out, underdogs. Week in, week out, they're supposed to lose. Week in, week out, they're not going to beat this team. Week in, week out, they're not going to beat that team. They went on the road. They played big games. They played big games at home. They beat Oregon twice, and here they are as dogs again. Sorry, dog. I'm taking the dogs literally, and because they're mascot. I think Michael Penix Jr. is amazing. I think it's a crime that he didn't win the Heisman. I think it's a crime that the Heisman doesn't happen until all the games are over. I think we're going to have a hell of a game. I think the first two games kind of showed us that the games are going to be close. Michigan's probably going to win if I'm just keeping it honest with you, but I will be rooting for the Washington Huskies.
Yep. I agree with you. I think Washington has just shown time and time again how dangerously they are offensively, but they're probably going against the best defensive team. I mean, obviously left, but one of the best defensive teams in college football with Michigan. I think if Washington's running back, that D Johnson, can play, I think they have a real chance, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win. If he doesn't play, though, and he's a tough guy, and he's like, nothing's taking me out of this game if I can control it. If he can't play and they're going to be throwing majority of the time, like without a kind of running game, I think Michigan defense will kind of figure it out. They rushed really well against Bama and found ways to get to that quarterback. So I think that would be the game plan if they can't find a way to run. So I hope D Johnson shows up, and I think it'll be a fucking sick game. So.
What about that last play call by Alabama, though, real quick, by the way? Was that terrible?
It was a terrible play call, but it's also, when you rewatch it, if there's one lineman that if he hit his block, he could have walked right into the end zone to the left.
Yeah. Yeah, and the right tackle got blown up so bad, he tripped the quarterback. Yep. Like he didn't dive. He literally ran over his legs. As well, I mean, today it was announced the center for Alabama in the transfer portal. And
I saw that.
I don't think it was his choice. I think that may have been Nick Saban's choice.
Could have been, yeah, because I saw there was another lineman that two Bam, I believe, starting linemen hit the portal today.
Yeah, one of them tweeted, I don't know if it was for the portal or the draft. He was like, "No, I'm out," or something like that. Did you see that? Like one of the linemen or defensive players or something tweeted something like after the game tweeted like, "Nah, I'm out," or something like that. And he's entering the draft or the portal or something. Like, damn.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think. Shout out the Mounties. Always good to see them win. Always very cool to see faithful Mountaineer Nation take over a state against the team that they're playing also resides in that state. Thought that was very cool. Shout out for Neil Brown for taking the Mayo bath like a champ. And honestly, I think Ohio State's on a downswing. I'll just say it. I'll get it off my chest. I think until Ryan Day gets replaced, they're in trouble.
Fire Ryan Day. Dude, what a scum. Oh, don't get me fired up. What a scumbag. What a scumbag he is. Blaming the third string quarterback at halftime.
Insane.
I'm like, dude, take some accountability. And I love that Kirk Herbstreit, the classy, graceful Kirk Herbstreit man that he is, low-key ripped Ryan Day. I don't know how he brought Mike McDaniel into the conversation, but he's like, Mike McDaniel, coach of the Miami Dolphins. What makes him such a great coach is that he holds himself accountable. when they lose or when they're losing. While he was gearing that towards Ryan Day, because Ryan Day will always like blame someone. Scumbag, fire him, sucks.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it actually when they were talking to him and he's like, oh yeah, we weren't able to make plays. He's like, quarterbacks had a chance to make plays, just isn't making them. But I guess that's what you get when you're starting a third string. It's like, Jesus, bro, like relax a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
Scumbag.
Yeah. Completely agree. I mean, I know it's hard without, Kyle McCord, your mediocre quarterback all year, and then, Marvin Harrison Jr., which is a good player. But, a lot of their players weren't playing. They were playing fucking Mizzou. Are we kidding?
I know.
Are we kidding ourselves? They're playing Mizzou. I mean, that was almost as bad as the Iowa game.
They could score a touchdown.
Jesus.
They didn't score one touchdown.
No one.
And that's a field goal.
They had their running backs playing too. They had that Trevion guy playing who was, probably all Big Ten, whatever the fuck that means. Congrats. There's 2 teams there. Jesus. I mean, it was wild. I mean, SEC was racking up bowl wins after bowl wins, honestly. But
yeah. But real quick too on the football, won my fantasy football Super Bowl. Of course, this one was not for money, so I didn't win anything other than pride, but I'm okay with that. Listen to this shit, okay? So this league I'm in, I joined it. It's one of those leagues that carries over into the next year, so you keep your team. I inherited someone's team in this league because the person quit or whatever. It's a guy from work, and they needed an extra person. So I was like, whatever. It's okay. So long story short, ended up winning the Super Bowl, okay? The reason I won the Super Bowl is solely because Harrison Butker made 6 field goals. Okay?
He was going crazy.
That's why I won. If he didn't hit the field goals, I lose. I lose by – I think I won the game by 8 points. So I lose the game by 16 points without Harrison Butker. Long story short, the commissioner's the guy I beat in the Super Bowl.
Love that for you.
He is now trying to change the rule that we no longer have kickers on our team.
Oh my God! Fuck him!
Tough look.
Fuck him!
Look.
Dude,
What a loser.
Note it, guys. Mark it down. Whatever you want to do, timestamp it. If that rule goes through, I'm out. Taking my Super Bowl trophy, I'm out. That's bullshit. That is what I call some baby back freaking bullshit right
Facts.
there.
I mean, so what if you would have won by a quarterback? Would it have been like, we're not having quarterbacks next year?
Yeah. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? I thought I was getting trolled at first.
Yeah. And that was probably the one big game where Harrison Butker made more than like 3 field goals a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just an outlier. Like, fuck, it happens. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So immediately after that, I changed my fantasy team name to Harrison Butker We Trust.
Oh, I love that.
I like that. I think there should be a rule. I always try to instill it. I think if you miss an extra point as a kicker, it should be like -10. I'm like, fucking punish this person. I think
that.
I'm like, let's get some wild cards. But then if someone misses an extra point, I mean, that's just minus points for your kicker. And that could literally cost a game. So, but I'm like, I mean, it should be automatic.
I agree.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I agree.
I know we're running short on time. Just want to say Steelers chance to go to the playoffs. And I don't know if Miami's going to play their players. I think it matters. If they win, they'll get home field advantage. So I hope they play everyone.
They're definitely playing everybody. Miami versus the Bills is a division game. Like that game's going to be big. There's a chance that if the Bills win, they win the division and probably get like the 2nd seed. But there's a chance that if they lose, they don't make the playoffs. So like, the game will be huge. Pittsburgh got a little lucky juice sprinkled since the Ravens are probably going to be sitting most of their players. See, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, but honestly, it's honestly like I don't want to play against Lamar, but I'm like, I don't want to play against Tyler Huntley. Like, I mean, he's beat us too. I mean, they play. I mean, they have him. Who I think Melvin Gordon's like their 3rd string running back. He scored a fucking touchdown last week. I'm like, this guy even play football. So Melvin Gordon's gonna be running the ball. You got to think the Steelers are gonna win. You got to think that. But I'm telling you, this would be the game they lose, and it's like all these scenarios, not even worth it. We also, I mean, it's that, or we need the Texans and the Colts to tie. We haven't seen that in 3 years, so
No,
we'll see about that.
I think if you lose, it's tough. If you lose, it's like the Jags have to lose, the Titans and the Colts can't tie, so they can't tie.
Yeah.
You need the Broncos to win for some reason. And then there's like one other thing. But again, dude, I'm not going to sit here and play this game.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the Steelers, every time they need it to go their way, it goes your way. So let's not sit here and be like, oh, the Steelers, fuck you, Tig, fuck you.
If the Steelers win Saturday, absolutely slam Miami money line for Sunday night because, like Jake said, it's going to happen. We're not America's team. We're the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's right. That's right, dude. And I just want to say as well, touched on this on Hits and Picks. I want to thank you, Russ, for trying. You gave us your effort. Didn't work. Sayonara. No hard feelings. You and your agents finessed the first-year ownership group to get an insane contract. Bravo. You're going to be walking away with that money. Your time here is done. I'm hoping the Broncos can beat the Raiders this week, put us above 500, put us at 9-8 after starting at 1-5. That would be incredible. And according to Steeler fans, the only thing that matters is being above 500. So Steeler fans should give the Broncos all their flowers if they can get this win.
We will give the flowers, and we will take Russell Wilson starting in March. Thank you very much.
You can have him, dude. You can have him. But yeah, other than that,
all
boys.
right, boys. It's been a great time. Thanks for hopping in line with us today. Hot lunch was amazing, delicious. Always happy to have my hot lunch. Catch you guys next week, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.